Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the trained unprofessional, and welcome back to Blackgate. On the last episode, we donated our car, and we met Longma. We met / got to know Longma, and hopefully the Longma problems with the dialogue will not be so much of an issue as is the crumpling of the Furry King crown. I'm probably going to need to get a new one of these here soon. But Furry King crown holder, I still am. God damn it. Heading into the darkness. Boom. That was creepy. It is much easier getting through the trail once I have gone through it a couple times. I'm starting to learn where the roots and holes are. Tree markings and familiar bushes lead the way. It's still unnerving, but the light of the town is comforting. How horrible. I am happy to be in the town. I travel along the streets and there is less eyes on me. This place is becoming accustomed to my existence. I'm fighting not to be accustomed to it. I come to the library and swing the doors open. Oh, Jesus. What a motley crew to greet me in this day. Vincent has two phones up to his ears, desperately talking to who knows what. Kitako and Longma are getting backpacks together with equipment. I walk up to Kitako and Longma, but before I can say anything, Vincent yells at me. He drops the phones. I guess they weren't important. You're finally here. We have a new case, and right now it is top priority. Smooth, an old geezer, was found dead about an hour ago. We will go investigate and bring back some answers. Any questions before we go? Not that I want to answer them. If this is a case, does that mean he was murdered? Let me check. Vincent rubs his temples sarcastically and does a chant. Don't know! Let's go ask him. Oh wait, he's dead! Wait, are we going right now? Of course, we were waiting for you. You do know that the likelihood of solving a homicide drops drastically after the first 48 hours, right? We need to find this out quickly. We cannot and will not stand for a useless death. No. No death, only life. You see, Kitako gets it. Now grab some forensics gear and let's go. Why are we doing this? Don't we have cops? Like, isn't this what cops do? We're librarians. We do books. Longma bounces up to me with a clipboard in hand. Oh, hey, the Longma lines are good now. I'll fill you in on the, oh dear, details when we get to the side. Kitako grabs several packs of equipment and lugs them over his shoulder. Vincent puts his hands in his pockets. He walked out of the library and we all follow. Oh my god. Oh hey, there's us. There's us. Short hair McGee in the back. Oh my god, this art style is so fucking weird, dude. Still digging this music. We trek along the street and I walk with Longma and Kitako. I feel the urge to ask Longma a question or two, but he beats me to it. So, oh no, Sooth was an old resident of the town. He worked as a psychic, doing readings and directing them to the library if he could not help them. Reports say he used to work at the library before Vincent took over. Sooth had no known enemies in the town. He was well respected by everyone here. He did enough for the town. He did enough for the town in his time as a resident. Oh darn, oh yeah, jeez, he was one of the who directed me to Vincent. I'm sad he's gone. I should not let personal feelings get in the way of duty. It is very damn difficult to not let that happen. Keep it cool, Longma. Stick with it. Oh, yeah, yes. Sooth lived alone in the apartment. He did his readings from his apartment, and it was his neighbor who called in the disturbance. His routine was not consistent and was noticed. The neighbor looked through the already open door and found Sooth dead in his reading room. That would be his psychic reading room, not the library reading room. He left and called, and he did not disturb anything in the apartment. Do you have any questions? Well, how did he die? We don't know that. How long has he been dead? That'd be good to know. Did he not see this coming? That's fucking strange. So let's go with how long has he been dead. So Sooth has been dead a long time? This report is recent. However, it is unknown how long he has been dead. Who was the last individual to see him alive? It's still unknown at this time. Figures, it's never easy. How did he die? We don't know how he died. And did he not see this coming? Did he not see this coming is... What the fuck does that mean? So I guess we'll just ask how did he die again. How did he die exactly? Initial report says, oh my, blood loss. The neighbor saw, and I quote, a lot of blood. He was stabbed? Possibly. Did he not see that this coming is I don't like the wording of that question, so let's just move on. No other questions. We make it to the apartment complex. It is a couple stories high, but nothing extravagant. Entering the building, we are met by a worried creature. He says that he was the one that found Sooth's body. I'll talk to the witnesses while you three go upstairs and figure out what happened. Find clues that might help. Shit. We get to Sooth's apartment and it has a sign that says, Psychic readings, know your tomorrow today. The door's unlocked. We open the door and the smell of blood is in the air. It smells like copper. Oh my! This house has been ransacked. Step inside, nothing looks amiss. Nothing looks amiss?! What the fuck are you talking about? There are 2 windows and doors leading to the bathroom, bedroom, and the reading room, respectively. I checked the main living area, and nothing seems out of place. There was no struggle of any kind in this apartment. It was quite messy in here, but most of this town is messy. The windows are shut and locked. I opened the reading room door, and there is Sooth, dead. Sooth looked, I guess, since he is dead, like a mutant turtle. A wrinkled old turtle without any kind of proper shell. Oh, what the fuck? He is sitting in his chair, slumped over an elaborate card table that is now covered in blood and dripping ichor onto the floor. This has got to be a murder. I stay calm and keep it together. This is very surreal. It is easy to brush this all off as just a game. However, that pit in my stomach grows with disgust. I check the walls to see blood has sprayed and splattered down each side, going quite a distance. The floor has a couple of footprints leading out in blood, but since it's a spray pattern, there's no way to figure out shoe size. There is a side table that has a tip jar and is filled with all sorts of paper currency. There is a stone on top of the money. I pick up the stone in the size and shape of a 6-sided dice. Or die, which is more proper, motherfucker. It is a dark purple, almost black, translucent. On the card table, there are several tarot cards lying face down in a pile. There are also 7 cards facing upwards. 2 of the cards are face up on top of each other. There is one next to those 2, and then 4 cards in a row. The card on top of the other card is the Tower. The card on the bottom is the 10 of Swords. The other card is the Knight of Wands. The first card in the row of the 4 is the Fool upside down. The next is the King of Swords. Next card is the Justice Sword. I don't know shit about tarot cards. Why are you fucking... The top card is the Set of 4, is an upside down Devil card. No idea what any of this means. I take a picture of it with my phone. I decided it's best to take all the cards, even though I'm picking up blood with them. Why are you taking the cards? Why the fuck why? I go and check Sooth by pushing him upright, and his neck was slashed wide open. I try to mimic the possible killing, and there is enough room for someone to have been behind him and slit his throat. Even in this position, it would have been easy to get away with this from the assailant, so it's troubling that there's no struggle or fight. Everything seems to be in place, except for all the blood, which should be inside Sooth. I check the bathroom, and I see the sink is splattered with blood. It looks like the criminal was trying to wash their hands. A gray-brown towel is stained. The assailant knew they had time to kill and decided it would be best to get cleaned up. I checked the towel much closer. It has weird marks on it, not something hands would make. There are straight lines of blood. I open the door to the bedroom, and there appears to have been some activity here. There is a nearly empty bookshelf and books scattered all across the ground. I look through them, and the books are about tarot reading and of time travel. There is some fiction, fantasy novels, but not many. Sorry, almost non-fiction. I wonder why all these books are out of the shelf. The inner librarian in me kicks in. I start to put all the books back into the shelving unit. Once all of them are in place, it appears that one of the shelves is not completely full like the others. Kitako is watching me, and Longma is dusting for prints. Kitako, are all these books cataloged with the library?
Yes, we know book and for time.
So if we take all of these books, we can figure out which one is missing.
Yes.
Kitako, do you know what this is? I show him the dark purple stone and his eyes widen.
That is worth much. Are you steal it?
What? No!
That is ageless stone.
Longma's interest is piqued and he comes bouncing over. Ageless stone? Oh my, those are very valuable. How did you get one? It was in Sooth's tip jar. If something was this valuable is still here, he wasn't robbed. I need more information on this stone. Who uses them to pay for services? I think that is enough searching for now. Kitako, can we take all of these books with us?
Okay, I carry.
Yes, please. I'll leave the apartment with the edgeless stone in my pocket. All of the library books are in Kitako's arms. I see his use now. I see his use now? What the fuck does that mean? Jesus. As we shut the door, Longma takes out his typical police tape and used to section off a murder scene. He plasters the door with it, and he then writes in chalk in certain spots. I wonder why. What's with the chalk? Oh dear, it's for the metaphysically abled. Huh? I don't know, how do I explain? For those who can't see too well in this realm, but in other realms. A magical seal, I should assume as much. I don't know where Vincent shows up. It's not magic, you Nimrod. It's a metaphysical science and realm manipulation. Those who are ignorant call it magic. Just like how humans used to explain gravity as aether. Sure, yeah, whatever. What did you all find in there? So you didn't go in with us? What the fuck? Evidence. Edge of stone, missing book, bathroom towel, missing card, soothes position. I mean, the edge of stone is kind of fucking important, but his position is very curious, so let's go with that one. Sooth's body was placed in a way that suggests there was no struggle. The killer came up behind him and slit his throat. That's a nasty way to go. Did the killer sneak up behind him? It didn't appear that way. Sooth had his back to a wall that was facing the only entrance to the room. What do you think this means? Sooth knew the criminal, accepted fate. Sooth was already dead. Why would you slit the throat of someone who's already dead? That doesn't make any sense. Sooth accepted fate, knew the criminal. Knew the criminal. Most people know they're murderers. I think Sooth knew the killer. He must have trusted whoever it was to let him go behind him. Sooth was not a trusting individual. He wouldn't just let anyone come up behind him, even if he knew them. He never trusted me, so I have first-hand experience. What else do you find? No one never trusted you. Maybe if you weren't such an asshole. Missing book. Sooth had a large collection of books, and they were the only things disturbed in the apartment. This is true. He had lots of books that the library had record of. Well, it makes me think that robbery, important book, and no missing book. I don't know what no missing book means. Robbery, important book. Let's just go with important book. Fuck! What do you mean exactly? Well, if the killer needed a book, he would just go to the library for a copy. Why go through all the trouble of killing someone for it? That is, unless one of the books was different than the others. A defaced book, possibly. It is not uncommon to have sections missing in books or extra writing. You're a jerk if you do this to library books, but it happens. So I think a book had something the killer wanted, something he simply could not pay for. Interesting thought. What else did you find? Well, there's the bathroom towel. In the bathroom, there was a towel that the killer used washed his hands with. The towel had a peculiar pattern on it from the blood. What kind of pattern? There were straight lines of blood. Any theory? Hand small enough to wash, weapon was used, criminal had time. I'm going to say weapon was used because if it was a knife, straight lines of blood, he was cleaning off his weapon. The straight lines and angles means that the sharp blade was used. The killer cleaned his weapon. At least we have a weapon to go off for now. Yes, but what kind of blade? I don't know. True. What else did you find? Missing cards. As a result of the blood pattern, it appears that 3 cards are missing from the tarot reading. Which 3 cards? I don't know yet. I have to compare the present cards to that of a full deck. What do you think this means? Reading was motive, correct future was red, cover up tracks. That doesn't make sense. Correct future was red, reading was motive. Go with reading. Maybe the reading was the reason for the killing. If someone received a bad reading, I don't think they would kill over it. It's possible the reading said something that the killer did not want heard. Sooth said the wrong thing to someone. Interesting thought. What else did you find? And last, the edge of stone. Leave the best for last. We found a very strange stone in the tip jar. Let me see. I take out the stone from my pocket. An edge of stone. Interesting. That is worth more than any paper money we have here. What do you think it means? Not a robbery, wealthy client, paid killing, placed on purpose to confuse. Well, it wasn't a robbery because there was money there. So, It's safe to say that if the stone is still here, then he wasn't robbed. That is true. So what else did you find? I guess we're done with the evidence. I have nothing else. Well, there are leads. It's not bad. It's not a bad start to figure out with this mess. What are your thoughts, sir? I have many thoughts, but nothing is concrete. You have been listening to me speculate the whole time. I believe your insider knowledge might shine some light on this situation. Yes, I do have a couple of things up my sleeve. From what I've learned from Sooth's neighbor, he had a meeting with someone last night. This puts the murder around the time we all got off work. When we get off from work, so do most of the other companies in town. That leaves the suspect pool wide open. Someone doesn't want to make this easy for us. Either way, I know Martin is involved. What? The fuck are you talking about? You're not directly to blame, but you might be the reason why he was killed. Before you stumbled upon this town and stirred things up, Sooth took out a book on human psychology. This book was obviously in the fiction section. We all know psychology isn't real. Yet Sooth, a mystic, one who prides himself on non-fiction, took out a fiction book. Not only that, but one on humans. To make things stranger, a human shows up 5 nights later. If I was a betting cat, which I am, I wagered the book missing on that pile was the psychology book. This must have been a coincidence. Highly unlikely. My assumption is that Sooth was killed because he knew something. That something was the fact that you were coming, I am certain. Oh no, if Sooth knew, who else knew? I don't know. However, the edgeless stone is to point us in a direction on purpose, to those who were in on it. Then it must be a trap. Of course it is, you idiot. This is to stop you from meeting someone you're not supposed to. I'm not supposed to? In whose eyes? Stop repeating me. The killer, for one, and whoever the killer worked for. This was a planned killing. We should head back to the library and continue our investigation. I have a task for you, Longma, when we get back. I have a task for you as well, Martin. Let's go. We leave the apartment complex, and I'm carrying the backpacks we brought with us. They were damn heavy. What the fuck? I see Vincent mulling over what happened tonight. My brain is doing the same. Why weren't the cops doing this? It is a great distraction from the weight of these backpacks. This must be horrible for my spine. Longma and Vincent speak at length of various things, but Kitako and I are left in the dark. Mr. Martin, you want help? I still can't figure out a proper voice for him. No, thank you, Kitako. I got it.
Your heat much high.
Yeah, I'm sweating to cool down.
Cool down? Why do so? Stay hot is good.
If I get too hot, I could die.
Oh, Kitako not no. Kitako will take heat if happen. Mr. Martin no kill.
At least someone's looking out for me. As we reach the steps of the library, my legs want to give out from the weight of the equipment. I push myself harder and farther than I think I can go, not only physically, but mentally. Vincent opens the door, but doesn't hold it open and shuts it on me. I have no hands and need to open the door. Longma is kind enough to open the door for Kitako and I. I basically fall into the main lobby of the library and put down the packs. Without skipping a beat, Vincent commands us. Alright, Longma, I need you to look out for some human psychology book in this pile. Let me know if you find it or not. Martin, you need to go through these with me. Vincent goes into the back office area and reappears with a pile of financial documents and accounting books. We need to go through these and find where there is a missing stone count. Isn't that going to be tedious? Yep, let's get started. We sit down at one of the tables and I'm handed a book. I go line by line auditing an accounting book. It's comforting, which is surprising. To put it into perspective, I just saw a dead monster with his neck cut open and blood everywhere. I'd rather be doing this than see that again. I could do this for hours, and it appears that I have. I already have gone through several books when Vincent taps me on the shoulder. Easy there, soldier. No need to burn yourself out just yet. You may be all-powerful, but even gods need to rest. Kitako and Longma have already gone home. You're done for the night. Thank you. Vincent just turns and leaves me in the library. I guess I'm free for the night. What am I going to do? Well, I can't go to the bar or home, it would seem, so I guess I'll stay in the library. I mean, what happens if I try to click on it? Nope. Gonna stay in the library. What the fuck? What was that? Why did that happen? Are those paths just not done, or was that the game fucking with me? I decided to stay at the library. I have yet to actually get any information from these books. What the fuck? Wow, this looks like a public library now. I go to I go to the non-fiction section. This time I will look for something specific. I go to the Outsiders section. There are volumes of information on different monsters this town has encountered. The largest books are about creatures who are townsfolk. I guess it would be easy to record information on something that is not violent. The smallest books have ghostly titles. I pick up one of the smaller books and the cover reads, Ethereal Entities in You. I start to read. Reapers, Mortis Calinulus Minor. Reapers are a deadly classification of outsiders. They have many different forms, but all share common attributes synonymous with the Mortis Calinulus Major they are born from. In the ethereal realm, the Mortis Calinulus are often compared to Apodapsmeleferia in the physical form. As such, in the minor form, referred to henceforth as Reaper, do not maintain a high level of intelligence. This results in their autonomous nature and procedural reaction. The primary goal of Reaper... Okay, I'm looking behind me now, fuck it. The primary goal of a Reaper is to collect a specific form of ethereal currency, determined by whim of the Major. Ethereal currency ranges in form, size, and availability. For additional information on ethereal currency, please refer to supplemental material. The type of currency requested changes the Reaper's form to better collect currency. Will you chill? Okay. They will only return to their Major once a quota has been met. The quota is also determined by the Major, and it is unknown what drives the Major to pick and determine such variables. However, the ethereal nature appreciates the Majors and often sees Reapers as beneficial to their environment. A healthy Reaper population often creates a stable ecosystem in the metaphysical realm. Reapers have many predators, which has led to different evolutionary defense mechanisms, the most common of which is their weapon. Often seen as a scythe or other bladed weapon to physical entities, their weapon is primarily for defense unless agitated. The primary attribute of the weapon is its capability to change physical frequency, becoming any state of matter deemed appropriate. This allows for unprecedented customization, which is also determined by their Major. Another property of the... What the fuck am I reading so long for? Another property of a Reaper's weapon is its ability to hinder the existence of victims being assaulted. Reactions to this hindrance are dependent on the individual's metaconstitual attunement. Often, this results in brief paralysis, so the Reaper may escape its predator unharmed. However, reactions to this hindrance may cause additional complications and can result in the elimination of the victim unless treatment is applied to the appropriate manner. For physical entities, Reapers are often seen as a horrifying natural force. Their presence and high concentration of currency often lead to those meta-inclined to feel uneasy. Those not inclined often do not notice Reapers in their vicinity. However, because of the weapon, it is not uncommon to physically visualize a Reaper. This causes discomfort to the Reaper. This viewing of a Reaper typically ends amicably, as the Reaper will leave the vicinity immediately. Exceptions to this rule are if the Reaper is collecting. Various pre-programmed responses will enact and range in intensity. Out of all things in the physical realm, Reapers stay away from the areas with mirrors or anything capable of amplifying its physical presence. It is this overlap where Reapers and Exodon Slenmorian, the Reaper's primary predator, share a common attribute. It is said that if the Reapers are like Apode Apis Mellifera, then Exodon Slenmorian are like Vesbode fuck it. Both detest physical constraint through visual mediums. White Wisp, holy shit, how many fucking things am I gonna read tonight? The White Wisp, also called the Luck Stealer, is a harmless ethereal entity that brings with it terrible consequences. It is not mean to cause issues and just wants to feed off of ethereal electromagnetic currency. It is this buildup of currency that can cause issues in the physical realm. However, white wisps are often used as a battery source in the ethereal realm. They are a protected species with no known predators as a result of their unique and useful source of electromagnetic energy. Due to their apparent appreciation of electromagnetic currency, they often interfere with the physical realm in unrelated ways. Their interaction is not considered malicious, only consequential. When viewing a television, the static that may appear in footage is the result of a white wisp eating habits. This static can also be heard in mistuned radios. White wisps tend to congregate around large metallic objects. Frequently, during white wisp migration patterns, they can congregate around individuals with high levels of internal electromagnetic activity. White wisps, holy shit, dude! White wisps may be seen as unlucky to those in the physical realm. This is because they attract electrical discharge through currency consumption. This electrical discharge is often seen as the attraction of lightning. Those who have a large number of white wisps feeding off of their natural electromagnetism can and have been struck by lightning. Being struck by lightning is often seen as an unlucky event, but it is a direct result of white wisps channeling in the vicinity of a physical entity. This also results in individuals being struck by lightning multiple times. This is often thought of as being unlucky, but the result is of a coincidence. However, this fact is not true and can be blamed on white wisp. To disperse white wisp from your vicinity, one must not harness excess electrical energy in their body. The white wisp will leave to feast on a different, more abundant resource in time. Steps to take limit excess electrical energy. Do not rub two fabrics together or attempt to make static shock of an object. Ground yourself regularly to an object, never like a battery. It is sometimes said that you create your own luck. In this case, it is getting struck by lightning. You do. I close the book and see Vincent watching me. Enjoying the read? Yes, all this new information is mind-opening. I was so wrong about a lot of things. At least you know you're ignorant. The same cannot be said for many others. May I be frank? Are you not? Oh, shut it. I am trying to be nice for once. It's a very difficult for me. When I think I was right and wrong. Well, I think I was right and wrong about you humans. You're not all powerful, which is what I figured, but at the same time, you're too well-rounded. There's something about your kind that seems out of place. I'm just trying to say that I'm on to you. How's that being nice? It's a compliment. It's a strange compliment, then. Saying that I was wrong is the compliment. No, a compliment is saying that you have, like, nice glasses or nice shoes. That's just stupid flattery, which leads to fornication. There's no winning with you, is there? No. Fine. Oh, and go get me my food from the bar. Fuck you! I want to say go fuck yourself, but I mean, he is my employer, and I don't want to fucking... I mean, might as well. If I just say no to stuff, I'm never going to do anything, so sure. Okay, fine. So you can follow instructions. Good, I'll be in my office. Fuck you! I put the book back on the shelf and headed out of the library. The streets are cool, like a brisk autumn night. It is really great that fall is my favorite season. Silver lining and all that crap. And on the note of that crap, thank you all for watching this episode of Blackgate. On the next one, we'll see what the fuck is going on, but until then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been the trained professional speaking for the voices in my head when I say until next time, very well. Bye, everyone!